Well, hello everyone. I just thought I would put them side to side. Right now, the two versions, like this is the original Karola Wegerich Fridolin, and this is Fritzi, that was released right a couple of years after that, I think. And and the reason is that because this one got sold out of a limited edition of only 500 worldwide, and so there were copies that I already discussed this subject in the previous video, just when I was giving the details of Fridolin. Copies of it being made by really fraudulent people from China, and I don't want to blame the Chinese people at all. It's just that it was the place where it was produced, and this happens a lot. But then I don't relate that to them, and I don't blame Chinese people as such. So I don't want you to give you that feeling at all. It's just that it happens to be there. Um, and so she did something that I believe it was very clever, and it was, instead of just launching a second edition of it, she created this new sculpt, which is she's using the same face sculpt or head sculpt, and with different limbs. That in this case it would be like stretch or standing legs and different hands as well, but same face sculpt. So if you really wanted it, you could still get it, and still, like, the edition was so much wider, and that you can still find blank kits for it. And so that's why I don't agree on the people that's actually buying the copy version of Ritalin. um and the reason I have them both is because, well, you now know this story about Fridolin and me. He's just it's just me as a child, very much so. And so he's the favorite reborn by my family. And then I discovered this one. It wasn't custom made, but it was made by a Spanish um, artist that is very talented as well. And then all of a sudden, I just could see a lot of resemblance between them two, in the way that, to me, he would always be a guy, a boy, even though he was, in the original pictures from Golden Giggles, he was like a girl. But then I think he just makes the perfect little prince for me. And then this other artist created this incredibly similar, but in the opposite sex, or gender. That's a girl. And she was using, like, really, so I thought, I mean, if I would have twins, or or if I would have been a girl, this would be like the version of it, I guess. The only thing in which they differ, which I think I also differ of them both, is the color of the eyes, because in her eyes are very much, it's very dark, but they're blue. I don't know why it doesn't show as much. I mean, his eyes are more like brown, greenish, and her eyes are blue, like a bit greenish as well. Blue with a hint of brown, and my eyes are very green, hazel green, I would say. So it's something in between. I mean, it's not like any of those two, but something in between those. So it kind of makes sense. And then the complexion of the skin, I mean, it's like I'm making a comparison video. Like, I wanted to introduce her, but then as I had Frilling here with me, I thought it would be like the perfect chance to introduce them both. And yeah, so she's like the girl version. She's wearing this amazing tailor-made dress, and then her, oh, she has like a structure, how's it called? Yeah, she has like a structure in which you can place her in many different positions, and so she can stand up really well. And I like it. I like it very much, because, I mean, he's very heavy, for example, and he can only, I mean, he can sit down, you can place him in very different positions, but this is the only one I have with the structure inside, and I actually like it very much because that gives me that extra freedom, I guess. So the color of the hair and the material that's been used to reborn Fritzi, it's so similar. I mean, it appears to be slightly darker just because I think there's more hair to it, and it's longer, but it's actually the same ashy blonde color, or like sandy, that again, it was just like my hair color. um so, and yeah, the routine here for her is amazing. I find this, like, I've never touched it, like it's just in the original form it came. um in this case, she has rooted lashes, but very, very subtle. Let's see, can you, yeah, here you can see more of her color, and the brows are again so similar that it could be like they could be twins perfectly. And then even the blushes, the uh the mouths, the, like, there are differences, but they're very minor. They're so minor that they could really be twins. And then the it's not hair but mohair, mono rooted, and having these waves as well, because my hair was wavy, curly wavy, something in between, when I was a little child, and then it's put into tails, and then it has more like hair over there. And I just find her incredibly cute, and it's very soft. It's probably delta mohair. I can't remember just now, but it's one of the softest I've touched. I also have my Tutti by Natalie Blake with mohair, and well, I'll show you in the future, but it's one of the softest. And then I very much like these um, lashes that are not incredibly, like, they're not wearing mascara or anything. Sometimes I just find that for toddlers, first of all, they just make their lips so incredibly red, that isn't as real for a child. And then they don't have, like, they might have long lashes, but oh my goodness, not those crazy lashes that you would expect from an adult, I guess. um so in this case, I find her lashes just perfect. I mean, you cannot even see them, even though because they're so incredibly thin over that. And then his lashes are not rooted but incorporated on top. But they're very similar, in a very similar manner. So she has, well, this kid has like smaller feet and smaller, just a tiny bit smaller um, hands as well. Like, if you compare them with Fridolin, is quite big. Then it would make, like, if they were twins, it would also like make sense that probably she's a little bit more petite. Really cute though. I mean, probably it's just the position of of her hand. I mean, she has a very similar one here, but then it is not quite the same. And you can see that, I mean, side by side, it's really amazing. I mean, it's like they really were meant to be together, because sometimes it's like, oh, they she could be like similar, so let's try it. And then when you put them together, they're really not like that. Yeah, she's thinner. I mean, if you compare the thickness of the forearm, she's definitely thin. Like, these arms are thinner, and the legs too. And so she has these 3/4, so that it ends over there. Precious, really precious, lightly modeled and blushed legs, as well as her upper limbs, and perfect little face, so cute. It's like, oh, I just love you so much, daddy. And it's like the same. when you can't play with us? That's what they are probably thinking. Anyway, I'm so happy to have shared this video with you, introducing Fridolin and Fritzi, both from Karola Wegerich. Remember, original kids. Um, just please appreciate that, because if not, we're causing so much damage to the Reborn community. And that's not so nice, not at all, actually. So these are my twins. Represents me and my twin. I hope you've enjoyed it, and you can like the video and subscribe, and I'll be sharing so much more. And yeah, I hope you have a good break with it. So sending all my best vibes. I'll see you very soon. Bye. Bye bye.